Hello and a very warm welcome to you today. This is Jude Chi, Living a Colourful Life, and I'm very happy to share this time with you. So thank you for tuning in, and we're going to have a fabulous session today all about colour. And as you know, as an artist and as a therapist, I'm passionate about colour and how to use colour, and I constantly surround myself with colour and lots of different ways to use it, and we're going to explore some of that today. And in particular, what I am really keen to share with you is how to balance out the energy centres of your body. So the reason that's really important is that we have energy centres in the crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacrum, and then way down in the base of our body where our roots are, our root chakra. And the reason they're important are that they are energy centres of the body, and they have a gentle spin and go round and round. And if you've just joined us, thank you so much for joining Jude Chi today, all about colour and balancing our energy centres. So the energy centres, the chakras, spin very comfortably, and sometimes what happens is they get a little out of sync, and that's not so helpful because that can mean that our energy shifts, our energy changes, and we're just not working and being and living at our optimum. And Jude Chi, Living a Colourful Life, is all about living in the best, most vibrant and colourful way that we can. So I am going to guide a meditation today, which will last for around 20 minutes, and we're going to work through each of the 7 energy centres, and that gives us an opportunity to connect with them, to see how they're feeling, to see what we're noticing about those areas and where we might need a little bit more attention and a little bit more colour in our life. So please hang on for that and join for that. And if you do want to click the subscribe button, it does mean that you're not going to miss any of these lovely little opportunities for self-care and nurturing with Jude Chi channel, Jude Chi, Living a Colourful Life. So let me first of all say a little bit about each of the energy centres so that we can start to really get a feel for what we're doing today and how we can enhance and bring that colour into our life and time. So we run with the rainbow, which is just fabulous. We all love a rainbow, and it makes it easier to remember what the energy centres are. So we start with the crown, which is above our head. It's like the funnel that goes off out into something higher, where sometimes we can bring intuitive knowing in, where we get messages, information from all sorts of different spirit guides, helpers, angels, old souls, whatever really. And the colour up there is violet, and it goes from violet to the purest white because it is the purest. And that particular chakra is one that it's really lovely to tune into it, because very often a thought might come in and we think, wow, where did that come from? And it's from that higher being, higher knowing, whatever it is that's out there. We don't have to really know what it is, but it's lovely to know it's there and we can call on that. And violet, that fabulous, rich, purpley blue colour, is just a fabulous colour. And of course, we can use that in colour and bring that into our focus. We can look at flowers that are purple. We can, there's some purple up here actually in this lilac there. And we can also use a scarf. So I have this particular scarf here, which I just love, and it's got lots of different purples and violets and blues. So it's the kind of perfect scarf for all around this area. We can eat foods that are purple. We can, and that rich, vibrant colours. So we can be eating blueberries, aubergines. We can be eating red cabbage. Lots of different foods that we can ingest, and we can think about that colour, look for that colour, and help us to connect with that higher spiritual self. it really does help us connect with ourselves lots, promoting our connection with inner knowing, connecting with, you know, that feeling where sometimes you think of someone and think, oh, I haven't heard from them for a while, or I'd like to be in touch. And then rather amazingly, or not, the phone rings, or that you get a text from them, or something drops through the door, or you speak to someone else and they say, oh, I met them the other day. So just that thing of thinking and allowing there to be that flow helps with confidence. It helps us to just know that what we're doing is the right thing to do. So that's up there with the violets up there in the crown chakra. And then we move to the third eye. The space between the eyebrows there, third eye, and the colour is indigo. So again, we're in these rich, vibrant blues, and it's an iridescently vibrant blue in that indigo, bluey purple. So in that area there, it is where we intuit things. It's where we process information that may come in from that higher knowing or connection. It's fabulous for us to trust and then communicate and put into action the things that have come to us as ideas and practices and habits that would be really good for us and serve us well. So it's good to tune into there, and sometimes there's a little dilemma as to whether or not people want to clear that, or whether or not they want to keep it open. Personally, I feel that if we always think of that area as being clear, being cleansed, so that we don't miss anything, then I think that for me is the best way to move forward. And introducing those fabulous colours of indigos and purples are all about here. And those chakras don't particularly relate to any season, because they're there all the time. And because everything starts with a thought, and this is why I like to do mindfulness often, starting with the crown chakra and working down, because we're so busy in our heads so much of the time, and our thoughts grow, and sometimes we're overthinking things, sometimes we're second guessing, working out what we'll do, the ifs, the whats, the buts. And sometimes we give away a whole load of energy doing that, whereas when we can really tune in to that crown chakra, tune into the third eye, very often the clarity can then come. And of course, then we're moving into the blues. Now, the blues are important because it is the throat chakra, which is, of course, our centre of communication. It is how we communicate our truth to the world. It is how we share our knowledge. It's how we share our wisdom with others. So it's a very, very important energy centre. And it's one that sometimes we have challenges with, and especially if there's something that's difficult to talk about, or a difficult conversation we need to have with someone, and that's the time to bathe in blue. Now, you, lovely soul, will have a particular shade of blue that speaks to you of clarity and truth and freshness. For me, I quite like a really fresh light blue to be wearing. So I would be popping on something like this, more that turquoisey blue, because that feels really clear to me. It's like a clear bubbling stream, or the seas and the beautiful beaches in the Highlands of Scotland where I live. So I'm going to choose that shade, but it could be anything. There's lots of blues that would absolutely work, and you will know what is right for you, and we'll explore that in the meditation that we're going to start shortly. So thanks for being here, thanks for going through this and making more awareness of your chakras and your energy centers, because when we really come from this place of calm, confident communication, then things are going to be much easier for us, because we're much more in control, we have much more clarity, and we're able to dialogue in a way that is helpful and supportive for us and for others. So from the blue, sometimes we say we speak from the heart. And when we move down towards the heart energy centre, the colour that is related to that gently oscillating heart energy center is green. Now, some think of the heart as being more associated with pink, and that's perfectly fine. It is okay to use the colour that really allows you to feel your heart opening, to feel able to give love, to receive love, to radiate love, to love yourself in particular. However, it is no coincidence that when we walk in a forest, or when we see the trees coming into bud in the spring, and when we look in the summer and everything is so lush and green, and every colour of green imaginable, it isn't a coincidence that that truly, truly nourishes the soul. So to be around green is massively helpful to really let your heart feel so, so nourished. And it allows us to expand our awareness of our heart, our loving energy. It allows us to exude out love, front, sides, behind. So we become imbued with love, and we're able to share that. Be non-judgmental, be compassionate, be caring, and radiate that lovely, lovely, soothed, relaxed, comfortable feeling that we can from our heart to another, or into a space, to a situation. So green is the colour of the heart chakra. Moving down, we move to the solar plexus, which is placed just a couple of inches above the tummy button, and that is our inner sunshine. The solar plexus is where we radiate out our little sunbeams. And there's that lovely saying which goes something like, if we turn our face to the sunshine, we will not live in the shadow. And it's so true. So if we choose yellow, light and bright, generally we all love to see the sun in the sky. We love that light, even in the winter, that watery winter sun, that soft yellow that comes through. So yellow is a fabulously bold colour. It's very easy to see. I mean, what have I got here? I've got a lemon, I've got some melon in my fruit bowl there. And yellow, we see it in flowers, we see it, parts of it in leaves. So it's a colour that we can really pull into the soul of our being, the heart of, right in the middle of our being here, and let that filter and radiate out. It's about our courage to do things, to take charge. And I always think if we can carry that glowing sunshine and let it shine out as you walk into a room, that will arrive with you. And how delightful for something so light and bright and shining to come into a room and to fill that space with a positivity that will filter out to each and everyone in that space and the room itself, which is just fabulous. So yellow is a lovely colour to bring into your life. And then of course we're thinking more about the colours of the sunset. So we go from the yellow of the solar plexus, we move down to the orange of the sacrum. And the sacrum is really important. It's a very important energy centre because it relates to our commitment to expressing ourselves truthfully. So this is the one about dreaming big. This is the one about doing what we want to do, following our heart, making dreams come true and being prepared to commit to it. It's the energy centre that allows us to move forward. So it really is wonderful to have that orange. And scarves, you could bring some orange in. It can be different colours of orange, sometimes bright, sometimes more subtle. Foods, eating orange foods, and orange, just the perfect orange colour to allow us to feel that warmth of that area, that confidence, that courage, that strength, that focus, that faith. So orange is a wonderful colour to bring into your life. Easy to do it with food. There are a lot of orange foods. So as the sun sets from the yellow to the orange, it then becomes so red. Red as tomatoes, red as roses, it can be a crimson red, it can be a dark red. You'll have an idea of what that red is about. And it is red as your root. And your root, you have your tap root that connects you down and down and down into the ground, and it's so strong and red and passionate and powerful and fabulous. And alongside all the other roots in those rich red, copper, ochre, oranges, reds, crimsons, fabulously rich colours, and all those roots going down and down and down. And as they go down, they help us to feel that strength, to stand strong in the winds of change. What's not to love about those red roots going down? So in our meditation, we are really going to focus on that and on all the other chakras. So we will be working with them all, and we will be starting at the top, working our way down so that we can help ourselves to reach down into the earth and feel very strong and empowered, which is really, really helpful. And bringing attention to each energy centre is like having a little string of lights going from the violet to the indigo, to that crystal clear blue, to the green of your heart, yellow of your solar plexus, the orange and the red of your root base chakra. So let's make sure you're comfortable. Let's make sure that you maybe have a drink if you need to have some water, and I'll have a little sip just now. Let's allow you to get comfortable. It would be ideal, if possible, to have your feet on the floor for this mindfulness meditation practice, and that will mean that you are having the best possible chance of connecting with the earth. If there's any way you can be outside and listen to this, it would be just amazing. It's maybe getting a little bit cool in Scotland for that, but on a bright day or all wrapped up, it would be lovely to do that, because when we really do get our bare feet on the earth or on the grass, oh my goodness, can we drink in the energy from Mother Earth. It's all there, it's free, and she's ready to give it to us when we take the time. So if we can let our feet out and do that, it would be wonderful. But the important thing for now is that you're comfortable, you're safe, you're not trying to focus on anything else at this time, because I will be inviting you to close your eyes and to really focus in. So as you do that, it's really nice if you can be very comfortable. So get your cushions and pillows, get yourself sorted out so that you are very relaxed and comfy. Well done. So if you're good with it, I'm going to ask you to just take your time to allow yourself to close your eyes and let them softly close down. And we are starting in the crown area, and we're starting with bringing that colour violet to mind. And with the violet colour, let's allow ourselves to really feel and visualise that we are breathing that violet colour in as we take that in breath, and we're allowing it to filter into our being. The beautiful violet colour from above. And you'll notice that as you breathe out, everything feels softer. You notice your face softening. You might notice your shoulders softening, because this is your relaxing time. And thank you for joining me for this time. Allow that in-breath to come in and the out-breath to go out. remembering that inviting in this violet colour is helping you to have a much stronger connection with your spiritual self, helping you to feel more enlightened, helping you to really connect with those very important, fine, intuitive knowings, help you with perception, help you with finding your way, help you with an overall balance of your whole being, and to feel inspired by something. And let that violet colour and that crown chakra remain open to any messages. And as we move from that crown chakra, where you can be exactly as you are and take in and bring forward that which comes to you, the third eye between the eyebrows, the indigo spot, is where those thoughts from higher knowing, your spiritual connection, comes into play. Where you check out these messages that may come to you, where you discern which are good to keep and which you may decide to let go of. So when you're focusing on the third eye, that indigo colour, iridescently blue, you're really focusing on your inner vision. You're recalling it. And you're looking at the bigger picture. So it helps you to see much more globally, much more fully, rather than being stuck in small detail or saboteurs coming in and saying, but I couldn't do that because. We're much more expansive when we're working with the third eye, and if you can visualize it, you can bring it alive. You can bring that dream, that wish, that desire forward, and you can think about it, you can big it up, you can really, really expand it, and you can use your third eye for that, which is fabulous. It's where our wisdom can come through, so we have the knowledge, but until we put it into action, it doesn't necessarily become wisdom. So it's our place to, it's like a processing chamber in some ways. And you are the witness of what's happening when you focus on the indigo of the third eye. A very special and deeply unique energy centre, and it's lovely to keep it moving, keep it clear so that we can really tune in with it. Helps with decisions, especially if we're feeling a bit lost about what direction to move in. Keep that area clear so that we can get those new ideas and manifest them and bring them forward. And from there, very often we need to talk about things when we have ideas we'd like to bring forward, and talking about them gives them even more life sometimes. So we need to start noticing our throat, our energy centre of the throat and communication. It's a blue colour and it is unique in all the world to you. It really is. And I invite you to bring that shade of blue and feel that you're wrapping it around your throat, that the colour is being brought into all of the areas of your throat, your thyroid, all the different tissues that are in there, the muscles that hold your neck up, because our neck does a lot of work to keep our heavy head on top of our shoulders. So all the tissues, all the vocal cords. So the blue is really important. Helps us to express ourselves truthfully and honestly, and because it's very near the heart energy centre, allows us to communicate with someone as if we're holding their heart in our hand. So the blue is really important for speaking our truth, really important for sharing our passions, our love, our desires, and how we meet the world and how we share compassion in the spoken word. So when you're thinking of that area, you think of that clear expression and using that blue colour. Sometimes it helps to think of water running through the throat. Helps to think of drinking cool blue water, or watching the sea and the wave roll in, and it cleanses the area. Perhaps helps us to be discerning about what we choose to say. Will what we wish to say be helpful? Will it add something to the situation? Will it be kind? So checking out and being discerning about what we say. And very often what we say will become reality. And the same with our thoughts, which is why it's so important to keep those higher chakras, the indigo and the violet, clear, so that we do attract positive thoughts and we feed positive thoughts. So from the blue, we're moving to our magnificent heart. The beating heart that pumps blood around our body and keeps us alive, and our emotional heart that allows us to feel joy, to feel pain, to feel sadness, to feel grief, loss, and all the wonderful things that it can do. And green will be our nourishment there. It's where our heart shines out from, it's our self-expression. It's where we seek nourishment, where we give love, where we receive love. So our heart really deserves attention. And if your heart is hurting in any way, or there are areas that there are hurts or sores that are slow to heal, then green will be the colour that will allow you, and it will be a particular shade of green. It may be a field of green grass blowing in the wind. It may be a particular tree that you love. Anything, but let that heal your heart, soothe your heart. Let it help you to find space in your heart for more compassion, for more love, for more joy, and to choose joy. We often remember the less helpful things in our life and time, and we remember the emotion of it, and we can feel it in our heart. And if we can allow that to soften and be soothed by the beautiful green of nature, especially the spring, which is the season associated with the heart energy centre, for fresh growth, making the space in our heart. How beautiful. Well done. So from our heart we have the chance to shine the love that we are, and to share that and bring that into every space that we move into, so that we can really, really allow that love to bring more comfort around us, and to love ourselves, nourish and nurture yourselves. And the fact you're here today with Jude Chi, you're choosing to live your colourful life and pay attention to colour, so that you can allow it to help you in so many ways, and allow that heart to sing. So from the heart, we're moving into yellow of the solar plexus, and wow, is this a dynamic energy centre. It is absolutely radiating. So when that solar plexus shines, it brightens up the green of your heart, it clears the blue of your throat, the third eye, the crown chakra. It is all getting those amazing, amazing sunbeams coming up and lighting everything up. And it shines way beyond your being. It really does. It's the most positive, vibrant colour. And light will always win against darkness. When you switch a light on, it's never dark anymore. So we can choose to go to that lightness. We can choose to engage with it. We can choose to be light. And it's definitely the chance to feel more confident, brighter. It tends to have us open our shoulders a little bit as well, because we need to open in order to let our sunshine shine out, which is really lovely. So I invite you to let your little sunbeams radiate out. And it will be amazing how you'll notice things around you can start to feel lighter. And sometimes if we're feeling sad, or if we're processing something, or we feel sad in the presence of another person who's having challenges, sometimes we think it doesn't feel appropriate to have yellow, but it is always lovely to feel the warmth of it. It's always lovely to think of the sunshine warming us to the core, and we can allow it to do that, and it softens that pain, it softens that grief, it can soften that loss, and it can help us to still feel that there's movement in that area, in that core of our being, our personal power, and we can step into that yellow place. That's right. And we're then moving to the orange of the solar plexus, from the solar plexus down to the orange of the sacrum. And the sacrum is about passion, commitment. It's about committing to express ourselves fully. It's not sitting at the back of the bus. It's being up there at the front. It's wanting to see what's happening next. The orange is about wanting to move forward with positive ideas, motivation, and really stepping into the space to do that. So the orange is really a doing activity centre, and it's from where we birth things, from where we carry ideas, and we're birthing them in that base part of the body. So it's very important to allow yourself to fill that area with orange, or imagine you're watching that sunset from the yellow solar plexus to the orange. Breathing the warmth in. It's our sexual energy, it's our physical expression of ourself. It's a real source of where we're moving forward. Brilliant. It's our empowered part, where we can feel that we're moving forward strongly and confidently into the world. That's right. And as we go from the orange, as that sun sets, down, 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 we're into the red. You may want to think of a fabulous red rose. You may want to think of a red fruit, an apple. You may want to think of a flower opening out. You may want to think of a passionate red of a beating heart. However you think of it, it's about our roots. It's about our physical body, our flexibility. It's about absolutely living those dreams, dreaming big, moving forward. It's about making those steps and making them count, and being accountable to yourself. And when we have those strong roots going down and down and down, they help us with our direction, they help us with action, they're about survival, they're about doing what we need to do to allow ourselves to live a colourful, fabulous life. So if there's a chatterbox comes in and tries to quieten or calm some of our thoughts or desires or ideas or wishes, then we need to get those roots right down there. Draw from the earth. They're all the magnificent reds and coppers and beautiful, rich, rich colours. And we stand strong, empowered with our ideas. And you're fully present in the moment with your roots, making choices and being prepared to make things happen. Following your heart, listening to the intuition from above, from your crown and your third eye, and putting that into action and communicating clearly in the way you need to live the life you wish to live. And you can say, when you think of your roots, I have what it takes. I am prepared to do what I need to do. That's right. So allowing ourselves to very comfortably feel that red root and feel it warming, nurturing and nourishing us, drawing on that energy from Mother Earth. That's right. And when we do that and we allow that energy center to flow, then there's more movement, there's more mobility, there's more expression able to happen. So feel it, let it move. Let the winds of change blow and know that we will be okay. You are okay as you are in this moment, at this time, on this day. You are always enough as you are. So as we become more aware of those colours and we've addressed all those energy centres, and you can revisit any of them at any time, you can notice after these moments of observation of colours, you can notice colours more and allow them to come and be present in your life and time. So for now, I'm going to invite you to take a few full breaths. Feel that flow of colour throughout your being. Feel the gentle swirl of those energy centres, gently oscillating, gently going round, and allowing you to feel completely balanced in body, in mind, in spirit and soul. And when you do feel ready, just softly open your eyes, and I wonder what colour you will see first, or I wonder what colour you want to see first. What is it that you need right now? Is there a jumper that you need to go and put on? A lovely way to bring red in is by wearing red socks or wear red underwear, because it really helps with that rooting. So you can wrap yourself in those colours, wear that violet purple hat. Be courageous with your colours. That's great. So welcome back to where we began, and thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing. And do remember, you can listen to this as often as you wish. It's a beautiful meditation to do in the morning to prepare for the day, or even really lovely at night to rebalance and calibrate us before we go off into sleep. So it's good anytime, as long as you're able to focus completely and you're not trying to do other things at the same time. So if you have any wishes or any comments, please pop them into the Jude Chi channel, Jude Chi Living a Colourful Life, and I would love to get the chance to respond to that. And if there's anything in particular you would like me to share with in meditation and mindfulness or with my art, then I would be delighted to do that. So thank you for being here, and may you be well, may you be happy, may all good things come to you, and may you have a fabulously colourful day ahead. And I wish you well. Thank you for being here. It's bye from Jude Chi.